Game Informer's article from earlier this week covers a ton of PvP details in Fallout 76. Hey Vault Dwellers, JV here, and today we're discussing PvP in Fallout 76. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for more Fallout 76 videos, follow my Facebook page for daily live streams, and our non-stop Fallout 76 playthrough, which starts right when the beta drops next month. Once again, all of this info comes straight from the Game Informer article, which I've linked in the description below for your reference. If you've been watching my videos for the past month, then a lot of this may be recap for you. However, there are one or two new details in here, so if I were you, I would stick around. On the topic of PvP, Andrew Reiner says, if you have the courage to investigate where shots come from and it ends up being another player, you can use a chat wheel to communicate with them in a basic way, or if you have a headset, talk verbally if you are close to them. Chances are they mean you harm, but you don't have to retaliate. If they shoot you, they'll do minimum damage. It's like slapping someone in a bar, Howard says. You won't do much damage to another player until they fire back at you. When a bullet exchange is made, the duel is officially underway, and your next shot will do full damage. So we knew about the chat wheel. That was shown off in some E3 gameplay, so that's old news. Proximity chat is fairly new. That was announced at QuakeCon. It was talked about before, but it was officially confirmed there will be proximity chat in this game. Then we get a little bit of the slapping thing that Todd Howard talked about at QuakeCon. But a lot of people had questions about exactly how it works, and I think this gives us a very good clarification. So there has to be a bullet exchange. One person shoots, the other person shoots back, then you're immediately full damage. Some people were thinking maybe there needs to be more that is done. No. Player 1 shoots player 2 shoots back at player 1. Once that bullet connects, then it's full damage. Next, we have more recap from QuakeCon. If someone kills you yet you never engage them, they're in a world of hurt. We like to turn that into a dramatic moment, Howard said during QuakeCon. The player that kills somebody that didn't want to engage in it becomes a wanted murderer. They get no reward, no caps, no XP, nothing for becoming a wanted murderer except for the social incentive to be an asshole. What do we do with that? We turn them into interesting content. They appear on your map as a red star, everybody sees them, they have a bounty on their head, and that bounty comes out of their own caps. So this is the anti-griefing system, so to speak, that's put in place, and it's funny because I've had a lot of comments on videos of people complaining that there's no incentive to go and kill people, and I think that is very much the point, and I think that Todd already explained that. This is not a game where you're supposed to be hunting down and killing people. You're not supposed to get an incentive from doing that. It's for your own social incentive. If you want to have fun and be, a raider wanted murderer, you can go and do that, but that's not a way to progress in the game. That's not what Bethesda wanted, or else literally everyone would be doing that if there were an actual incentive to ranking up and progressing in the game by doing so. Next, we have more information on VATS. Since Fallout 76 is always online, players can't freeze time through VATS. That doesn't mean you have to rely solely on twitch reflexes. VATS is still an option, allowing players to pick targets and specify which limbs they're aiming at. Getting killed in games is often stressful, but the penalty in 76 isn't bad. You're only going to use junk, but the name junk makes it seem meaningless. It's not. Obviously, you need to use stuff for camp building. The person that killed you will likely run off with your junk, but if you die against AI, you can return to the location of your death to pick up the stash you lost. At QuakeCon, they elaborated and said they wanted you to lose something when you die, but not something that's so damaging that you're going to feel discouraged by death. They don't want you to feel that way, so you're only going to lose your junk, and I feel like people misunderstand how this is going to work in the game. PvP is not going to be a main staple of the game. You're not going to have people running off with your junk because there's not going to be that many people per server, only 24. So most of the time, you're going to be dying to AI and you're going to be running back to pick up your stash. Next up is something I don't believe was confirmed before now. When you're doing group events, which were just kind of talked about in this article, we turn off the PvP, Jeff Gardner says. If all of these random people are fighting against a giant monster, you don't want to get hit by a stray bullet and then it become PvP. We want that to be intentional. If you accidentally hit somebody with a stray bullet outside of the multiplayer event zones, then don't want to trigger PvP. You can wave a Pacifist Flag to shut it down. So if you're the one that initiates PvP, you can stop it, which is awesome. Griefers also can't camp out in front of Vault 76 to pick off new players. PvP doesn't kick in until level 5. I'm very happy to hear that multiplayer events turn into a group cooperative activity. If you think about it, you're running towards these things that are appearing on the map, you get a notification for it, whatever it may be, you want to go participate for the rewards. You're not there as a reason to start shooting people. Now, maybe that veil lifts right after the event and you have to watch out, but that's not a reason to, initiate PvP. I also really like the way that Pacifist Flag idea works. I was thinking it was just a flag that you literally, flag your player, I don't want to hit anyone ever. Instead is, if you accidentally do that, you're like, oh, didn't mean to, I was just trying to shoot something else near you, you can wave the flag and shut it down. So it's on your terms. If you're the one who accidentally did it, you can shut it down. I really like that. Finally, we have more information on nukes. As you carve out a new life for yourself in West Virginia, there comes a day when a nuke might be coming your way. This weapon obliterates your home, takes your life, and radiates the area for a length of time. All is not lost. Your settlement is blueprinted and can be rebuilt. Nukes are obtained at the main campaign's conclusion, and players can also track down launch codes for different silos by scouring the world. A ghoul officer dropped the silo code in an E3 video. If you're short a code, one of your friends may have the piece you need. You can combine them to send the nukes flying. What's the benefit? The impact zone holds rare drops and even more powerful radiated beasts. Make sure you bring your protection. So once again, any camp that you build gets blueprinted and can just be rebuilt for a very small cost. So if a nuke is coming your way and you made this awesome settlement, no worries, you can rebuild it somewhere else very easily. And we know about nukes. In the last video, we talked about the fact that you're going to launch a nuke at the end of the main campaign, but that also makes me think that everyone in your server is going to feel the effects of that. So every time someone completes the main campaign, you're going to see a nuke. I didn't even think about that. That's awesome. What is the benefit of a nuked zone? It destroys everything, so why would you want to do it? It basically levels up that zone for a limited period of time, probably a few hours, since this is a game, it's online, that always runs. So everyone that joins your server will see that, and it'll be a more rare, more valuable place for resources and for enemies and the stuff that they drop. The more I read and hear about Fallout 76, the more it excites me, because this is genuinely a world that is dynamic. It's something that we're going to affect as the players constantly. And I'm really excited to see Bethesda's plans for future content, because again, we're talking about live service here. So they're going to have little content drops in between big content drops to keep us playing on and on. That's always a thing with Fallout games. It's like you play to a certain point and then you get sick of it, or you don't, because a lot of people are still playing Fallout 4. I can't wait to play the beta, but I also can't wait to see how they're going to keep us playing into the future. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. In the comment section below, tell me what you think of the PvP system in Fallout 76. Is this something that's going to work for you, or are you going to be annoyed by it because you're a solo player? Share your thoughts below. If you enjoyed the video, remember to subscribe and hit the bell for more Fallout 76 content like my last video, where we discuss multiplayer events in the game. Follow my Facebook page for daily live streams and our non-stop Fallout 76 playthrough, which starts right when the beta drops next month. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.